I want to dig a little bit deeper this week for my prospect of the week. I'm going to go back to the Atlantic 10, the conference I quote unquote played in. And I'm going to go with DaRon Holmes from Dayton. He was a top 30, top 40-ish guy out of high school in Arizona and was a huge deal when Anthony Grant and Dayton secured his commitment. He's 6'10". He's put on some size since he's gotten to campus. It took him about 5 games to get his feet wet. Now he's averaging close to 12 points per game, 6 rebounds, 2.7 blocks, and shooting 66% of the field. Really good hands in and out of area, can short roll them, can roll them all the way to the rim, catches cleanly, dunks, has a couple moves out of the post, has a really nice right hook that he can get to, has this little pump fake, and to get his man off the ground, takes one dribble, looks to rise up and dunk there. A soft touch from mid-range. He's only taken 6 3-pointers this year. That's not really his role, not what he has to do, but I think he's going to be able to when he can take a few more in there. Stays with plays on defense. He rotates instinctually and will drop as the initial man is beat. He'll then rotate quickly as a weak side shot blocker. He closes out hard to jump shooters. Really good timing on his jumps and his second jumps. He's a year or two away, but I felt like this was a decent opportunity for a guy to put on the radar for likely the next draft class or two, but making enough noise as a freshman in the Atlantic 10 that it warrants some mentioning.
So you think he's a 4 long-term, right?
Yeah, probably. But some of that's like you can be a 4 if you're taking more than 6 3-point attempts in a season.
Yeah. And by the way, like, I don't think he takes more than 6 3-point attempts in a season right now. Like,
I don't know about that either. Yeah.
That's kind of so. This is hilarious. I pulled up his numbers. How many threes do you think he's taken this year?
I think 6, right?
Dead on 6. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I say. He's only taken 6 this year, so I can't say he's a shooter, non-shooter if he's 1 for 6 or whatever it is.
Okay, maybe the pills haven't kicked in yet because I misunderstood.
We're getting there.
Yeah, interesting player. It's hard because I want that Dayton team to be better than it is, and it feels like they've kind of figured some things out after that terrible start. But like they have Toumani Camara, they have DaRon Holmes, like Kobe Elvis is like a good player in that league. They also have the kid he's like a wing. He's a freshman, like redshirt freshman wing. I think he's from like the DMV.
Not Elijah Weaver.
No, it's RJ Blakeney is the kid.
Yeah. He played on our Circus team throughout.
Kind of interesting as well. Mm-hmm. Probably not like an NBA prospect, but like, you know, a really, really good college player who's gotten on the court young. I just want this team to be better than it is. And part of it is like, I get frustrated watching them because I really like Toumani Camara and he needs a bit of space and I want him to be able to shoot. And like, I find him to be like a fascinating athlete who's like 6'8", 7'2" wingspan and can like theoretically do things, but doesn't actually do things yet. And then there's like DaRon Holmes who actually produces now. Tricky team to watch when I watch them. Cause like it's like entirely different from the Dayton team that had Obi Toppin. And I think that like my brain hasn't totally
unobied yet.
Yeah. Like they turn the ball over a fucking crazy amount. They don't take a ton of threes. Like it's just a bizarre team compared to what they were when they had Obi. And I think my brain hasn't wrapped that around yet, but DaRon Holmes is a good one. I think he probably will play in the NBA at some point.
Yeah. With that many shot blocks as a freshman too, it speaks to how he's able to like kind of see when the play is developing and see where he can time his jumps right. And I don't know if he's going to go on to average 4 blocks per game, but to do that, rebound a little bit, get up and down, get stronger in a calendar year. It's at least been something that I've kind of watched more the last week and just want to share here.
Yeah. So he has 4 games with 5 or more blocks so far this year.
Kind of nuts.
He is top 30 in block rate, according to KenPom. So yeah, no, he's a good one. Okay. My prospect of the week is a bit more mainstream, I guess, than yours. Justin Lewis at Marquette. And as much as anything, I just want to talk about Justin Lewis because we haven't really talked about him yet. And I think he is a potential first-round pick in the 2022 NBA draft if he can prove that he can shoot. That is a real concern right now because he's shooting 32% from 3. But he has some really interesting scorer skills. Like his footwork for being someone who is what 6'7", 240, something like that, like a big body dude, has a 7-foot wingspan. His scoring skill set, his footwork, his ability to like pivot, his ability to like spin back and like get pull up shots, like it's actually really impressive. And it's not just like out of post ups with mid range stuff. Like he'll attack a closeout like off of an advantage and stop, pump fake, like spin back and then knock down like a pull up jumper. Really, really impressive scoring skill set, really, really impressive balance for a guy that's this big, this heavy, this strong. Does need to shoot it from 3. I have some real concerns about the jumper. Defensively, I think he knows where to be. I think he's really good instinctually in terms of staying in position, staying where he needs to be, rotating. I worry a bit about the lateral quickness, obviously. He's 240, he's listed at 245 now. I'm looking at it. Maybe could drop even 10 pounds and like add just that little bit of quickness,
more pop.
And if he does that, I think he's a really interesting potential rotation player in the NBA.
I like your first point. It was mine too. He's really good with those reverse pivots in the post. He has that really good footwork, and he takes advantage of that stronger, wider frame that's gotten in better shape. Could probably use a little bit more toning or honing. I like the touch when he's coming off those like dribble weave handoffs into the lane. He's made some big shots lately and reminds the crowd by quieting the baby, and he's into it. He does. The bad of it, the bad of the tape, the negatives are not great defensively. Like he's got some bad closeouts, run bys. Doesn't always sprint and change ends, and that plays into he doesn't challenge shots. He can ball watch a little bit. He did have a nice steal in advance.
Yeah, I think he's okay on defense. Am I wrong?
I don't know if you're wrong, but that's what's at that size, and if you're not shooting it, the defense has to be like good to very good, and I don't know if he's quite there.
Yeah, no, I do
but
get that.
Look, I like him. He's made a nice leap from freshman to sophomore year, and a reason that Marquette has had success. A lot of it falls with him.
Yeah, no, I think that you're definitely right on that. Marquette has been one of the more fun surprises in college basketball this season. After dropping to 8-6 following a double overtime loss to Creighton, they ripped off 7 straight wins against Providence, Seton Hall, Villanova, Xavier, Seton Hall again. Like really, really impressive wins. They've beaten Illinois this year already. I don't know, man. I'm a fan of Marquette. They've played one of the 10 toughest schedules in college basketball. Justin Lewis is the guy that serves the drink there, along with Tyler Kolek and Daryl Morcell. Morcell's shooting has come back down to earth a little bit over the last few weeks, I would say, maybe even the last month, realistically. Tyler Kolek is not shooting well, but he really just like kind of runs the offense at a really high level. He passes the ball, gets everyone involved. I really enjoy watching Marquette. They're one of my favorites in the country randomly this year. Like I just really, I know that when I toss on a Marquette game, I'm going to get to see a team that really fights defensively, really fights for their coach, plays good, smart team basketball. And occasionally you'll get like a Justin Lewis explosion like he did against Seton Hall, where he had like 33, 10, and 7.
You know what you're getting every time you turn it on.
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay, Penny, do we want to, what do we got? What have you been watching on TV?
A lot of basketball, and then Ozark. I'm about 3 or 4 episodes in to the